I was asked about worrying. And I love this one because this came from my other son, Marshall. And he wrote, "Hey, Pops, can you do a clip on worrying or dealing with worry?" So, more than attempting to intellectualize what worry is and give you a reader's digest of what scientists have said, and it's only my effort to ever share what has worked on my journey so that you have something useful that you may use. So here's what I offer. That's number one. Take a breath. Because worry is one of those things that they say is truly a characteristic of Pisceans, where we tend to worry more about relationships. Am I harming the relationship? Is what I'm doing detrimental to the relationship? Or, I want the best for somebody, right? So we worry that they won't get the best, seek the best, accept the best. And then that worry can trickle over to other areas. Hell, my wife even gave me a little satchel with worry dolls in it. I found myself worrying if I was using them right. Like, I wonder if So worry. I have a unique connection to this, and there are ways that I walk through it. Here's what I know to be true. When I'm experiencing worry, which is just a feeling, all feelings are connected to some thought. I know I'm not grounded, plain and simple. And as one that believes in a higher power that I call God, then it means that I've disconnected from God, or I've prayed for something and God ain't doing it fast enough, showing up fast enough. And not that God necessarily needs to do something, but the answer, the evidence isn't coming as quickly as I want. So I've gotten clear now that sometimes the worry that I'm experiencing is showing me some train of thought. So my invitation to you is to write down the following. What I'm choosing to worry about in this moment is ... What I'm choosing to worry about in this moment is. Now, before I go on with examples, it is a choice. It's a feeling. You can choose the feelings. Remember, all feelings are connected to some thought. So what I'm choosing to worry about in this moment is, now just write down bullet points. Maybe you have one thing, or maybe you have 10 things. Resist the temptation to analyze and assess just right. I'm worrying about whether I'll get a good grade on tests. I'm worrying about whether I'll lose my job because they're making changes at work. I'm worried about if I'll ever get to live my entrepreneurial endeavors because I'm working 5 jobs, right? I'm worried about whether this person will call me back. I'm worried about whether I'm going to be able to play the piano during the recital and remember all the notes. I'm worried about whether my parents, this was my big one, my parents will find the report card that I hid up in the ceiling. Worry is attached to some thought. Feelings are attached to thoughts. When you look at what you've written, then it'll allow you to distinguish between the things for which you have no control and the things that you can take control over. A lot of times the worry creates a sense that we don't have any control. And sometimes the only control is and allow the moment to pass and give whatever it is that you desire time to either come to fruition or give yourself time to allow things to unfold or to settle down. So worry. What I'm choosing to worry about in this moment is look at what you've written. If you have something on there like you tried out for a leadership position, or you tried out for a team or academic club, or you tried out because you're a thespian and you are worried about getting the position, the role. There's nothing you can do about it now, right? It's out of your hands. You did what you can do. This is the waiting period. Well, perhaps the worry can be replaced with the experience of patience. So the worry may be showing you that this is a moment for you to develop patience. Or it may be showing you that it's an opportunity to dial back your expectation. Because maybe you made up, I know they're going to let me know if I got the job, or I know they're going to let me know if I got the position. They said sometime this week, boy, it would be great if it was on Wednesday. What matters most? That they call you and say yes, whether it's Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Does it have to be Wednesday? you can dial back the expectation, because what matters most is that you get or receive the yes, not when. A lot of times we want to control how things show up, when things occur. And that for me is equivalent of going out into my wife's garden when she's planted some seeds and going, okay, I need the food to come up yesterday. There's a patience period. There's a period to allow things to unfold. So take a look at the feeling called worry. Acknowledge, accept that it is a choice. Because if you can choose worry, then you can choose trust and peace and serenity. But you may need to take a breath so that you can get grounded, or so that you can become settled. A lot of times worrying comes with movement and activity, and you start to look around and you think if you could do more things, then you can change the results and expedite things. And that doesn't always pan out. And when it does, what you recognize or may recognize is that you manipulated the outcome. So even then, there isn't an authenticity to planting the seed and allowing it to grow in its own time. So if you're worrying about an exam, the last thing I'll say is, whether it's an exam or a job or your life, I'm worrying about whether my life will unfold the way I see it. Well, how do you see it? Sometimes there's some vagueness in our speech. Oh, I want a life that's joy-filled. Okay. How will you know that your life is joy-filled when it shows up? What are some of the characteristics of your living? Oh, I would have friends around me. And you go, okay, well, then this might be a great time for you to reach out to friends and share with them that you'd like them to come over to play a game of Jenga, or to watch Netflix, or to go roller skating, or to go for a walk. And if you already have that in your life, the last thing that I'll offer is maybe the worry can be replaced with gratitude. Maybe you already have it. Maybe you've just not acknowledged it or been thankful for whatever it is. Or maybe you have exactly what you need in this moment, and being grateful in this moment will shift worry into thankfulness or gratitude while the rest of your plans and your desires unfold. Write down what I choose to worry about in this moment is. That will connect the feeling of worry to the thoughts. Take a look at your thoughts. Which ones can you do something about? Which ones do you have absolutely no control over in this moment? See if there are any expectations that you need to dial back. I need it today versus I just desire to have or experience it. And then lastly, take a look at if there's any vague languaging. I want to feel happy, or I want to be happy. Notice, one, that you're making it like it's something outside of you, rather than being grateful for the opportunity to express worry. And on the other side of the breath is gratitude. Gratitude for your pillow. Gratitude for the opportunity to experience worry. Gratitude for the opportunity to connect the feeling of worry to corresponding thoughts. Gratitude for what the thoughts are showing, teaching, and revealing to you about you and how you're behaving. Worry. On the other side of that is something powerful. But if worry is a choice, then you'd need to be committed to choosing its opposite. Hope that supports you on your journey. And as always, particularly if you are worrying, Scooby-Doo, right, roll, be gentle with yourself.